incline. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
It's the last race of the season, and how fitting we cap it off with the fastest cars with some of the toughest drivers in Pedal and Metal Racing League Dirt Series history. Hi again, everyone. I'm Christian Considered Driver. Welcome back to the show as always, and tonight we see one more time for the final time this season 7 concludes with sprint cars here at Eldora Speedway, the 410's, the fastest cars around that we have on the iRacing circuit for dirt wise, if you don't include those dirt stock, if you don't include those normal cup cars that they run on the dirt every now and then. But no, that's about the point tonight. These are true speedsters. They are true bad demons in their own right, and they are looking to show you what 8 of the best can bring to the table. To start off heat number 1 here, it'll bring out the 51 of Eric G. Gand is outside. Of course, it's Ken Crawford in that number 12. Final starters as well will be the 14 of Crusader Shriver, and it is outside the 5 of Chantel Bottle. Here we go, leading them off out of turns 3 and 4. This time by, we're going to see which of these drivers look to claim one more title and one more race win. Here they come. If you thought I was kidding around about how fast they are, no, these things are fast. This is going to be a wild one. E1's under the start here. Right now you see the 12 there. Ken Crawford already trying to catch right up there at Eric G. Gann. A little sideways coming off the corner though. Can't quite hold on to the line. 5 Chantel Bottle managing to make her way around him and get around some speeds. While the 14 of Crusader Shriver now goes diving down low, swings it straight bottom top side. Crawford not able to hold him back. Ken Crawford just kind of got snuckered in, didn't even realize where he was at there. Onboard camera, and you can just see how much movement is going on in that car right now. That is how incredibly fast these things are and how much craziness comes with driving these things to begin with. There are no gimmies here, and there are no mistakes you can make. On board here with the 5 Chantel Pie, you can see her working the throttle down there as well. She currently tries to hang down the line, hang down the speed as the 14 of Crusader Shriver tries to catch up to her. You want another idea just how wicked it is in there? Look here, the 14's already going up to the high side, has to get some of the dirt off there, and you can just see that 410 is not wanting to stay low to the ground. You got to keep that thing pretty much on point, on set, or it will give you a lot of trouble for later. And Eric G. Gann is making very little work of all these drivers here with only 4 laps to go. 40 lap A main event will be coming here very shortly, and I do mean very shortly because these things just keep flying by this track. These things, I'm just amazed how fast these cars are. These things are not even to be messed with, and yet they're driving on a very slick little track. You can see the car wants to get all sorts of out of rhythm and out of shape, but yet these drivers still somehow keep these things online. Now, granted, Eldora is a bit of a bigger track, so it gives them more leeway and more room. But imagine if you threw them on a short track like Lanyard, or even if you're even really that crazy, you throw them at Lima Land. I don't even know how you would even survive with that kind of bullring style racing, much as how the heck these cars would even hold pace and hold steady. But nevertheless, white flag is out here for the 51 of Eric G. Gann. Crusader maybe trying to look for one last move off of the 5 of Chantel Bottle. Don't know if he'll get enough time to catch that speed. We can see how much drifting they go into those cars. How much that dirt's just picking up. They're just taking everything with it as the 51 takes it to victory lane in heat number 1. Chantel Bottle goes away with heat. Heat number 2, and I'm not really sure what that was she was up to. Oh boy. Well, that's a good thing the race is over with, because otherwise that may not have ended very well on her end. Race is over. That heat number 1 is completed, and I feel like I just had a cup of coffee and I didn't even realize the race was over. Eric G. Gann wins it. Second goes to Chantel Bottle. Third to Crusader Shriver. Fourth to Ken Crawford. Rounds out heat number 1. Onward to heat number 2. Maybe I thought the last one was fast. I think this one might be a little bit quicker. You got some tough names in this one. We'll start them up as they get situated down there. Davin Markham and that 43 was going to start on the first start, but he's saying, nope, let me go to the back, guys. I kind of want to try to win some extra little dough here. Although there's a little catch to that. There is no extra dough on the line, sir. The Blue Lives Matter there at 74 of Joshua Godinez. If he finishes well here tonight, could actually get a championship running. And a championship is something he was looking for 2 seasons ago. We'll see if he can get it. But on the pole for now, it will be Nick Kern, the 69. While it will be the 84 on Matthew Hofford in the Red Bull machine. And then Joshua Godinez, I just mentioned a minute ago, in the 74 will be in third. And then Markham will start in the back. Godinez needs a good position and a good finish here tonight. He'll stay ahead of Matthew Hofford. Hofford's the only one that is closest to him in points as well as in timing. Godinez knows he needs a good finish here tonight. He had a bad break there, unfortunately, in the Legends Series come last time out. We saw him. I was strictly on our YouTube end. This time around, we're going to bring it on the Facebook Live and actually bring it all the way to YouTube afterwards here as they bring it back to the green flag. It's off and running for heat number 2. Charging ahead right down the bottom. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Look at this. That number 43, Devin Markham, just took 2 for the price of 1. Didn't even realize where they were at. And Nick Kern all over the place here, trying to get the car stabilized back in, up on 2 wheels all over the place there. And Devin Markham, he saw a fresh trail on the bottom. He just said, don't mind if I do. He goes straight to the bottom and just pirouettes it up to the front. No trouble whatsoever for the 43. Onboard camera here with Matthew Hopper. You see him trying to catch back up there with that 43 of Davin Markham. Meanwhile, Joshua Godinez, how about this cat right here? He is starting to muscle his way up to the front. You can see the suspension in these cars. There's pretty much no power steering. There's none of that. You basically got to steer it all on your own. So not only are you dealing with the 410 motor on that rear end with the beast kind of just giving you some speed, you're also dealing with the added pressure of having really no steering. You got to basically work your way around the track with that stuff. Markham going up high side. He was in the bottom earlier on, but looks like he's going to have to take it high side and try to stay out of trouble. Unbelievable speed he's garnered and gained here so far out of this race. But will that be able to translate into the A main event? If it's anything like what he did a couple of weeks ago, I don't think he'll have any troubles there. I think his biggest trouble is going to be, can he keep it going with himself? Godinez right now looking to possibly get up some momentum, trying to get the Blues Lives Matter 74 ahead up to that 43, but Markham is just not giving him any breaks. And meanwhile, Nick Kern, the driver, honestly, that was extremely excited to come into tonight, is going to pretty much have to start from the very end of the back where he did not think he would have to end up at. With the white flag showing out now, though, he has yet to build any speed of runoff. Godinez and Hopper getting into a little bit of a tussle there on the wall, end up getting one of them, but in this case, Davin Markham will end up taking both of them to Cinnabar, Ireland, because he just burned them all and just took another win in heat number 2. Second goes to Godinez, third to Hofford, and Kern finishing out 4th, which will bring us in pretty much as fast as it was and as quick as it was. It's time for your main event now. But first, let's take a look at our Heat 2 results. Now displayed on your screen here, Heat 2 results are popping up. Davin Markham walking away with the W. Godinez comes second, third to Matthew Hofford, fourth to Nick Kern. And that will wrap it up for your Heats. Onward to the A main event. The field is getting set to go. They're getting ready for this one. It is a star-studded lineup. 8 drivers obviously have come from the heats. They've come from the preliminaries. Now they have to try to find a way to win it out at the grandest stage at Eldora Speedway. And this track will play no hosts, no favorites. This is either do or die time for these drivers. One last bidding, and for 2 drivers, Hofford and Godinez, they'll have to look each other in the mirror or up in the windshield to see which one plays out the other. But on the start, though, it will be Eric G. Gann, the 51, your starter, with the outside of him being
was supposed to be the 43 of Davin Markham. It looks like it'll now be Joshua Godinez in the 74, but row number 2 sees the 5 Chantel Pottle. To her outside will be the 84 of Matthew Hoffert. Row number 3 is going to be Crusader Schreiber in the 14. Is outside. That will be. Okay, looks like that will be the 69 of Nick Kern. Final starters in this one, Ken Crawford in the 12, and then Davin Markham will go to the very outhouse as we bring the charge and bring the drivers to life here in just a minute. Race fans, it has been a long 6 weeks of endurance, battles, hard racing, and really just a little bit of luck here and there. But now it's time to crown our top 5 for the points and the prizes, and it's time to crown the champion of Season 7. Mark jump off of turn number 4. To the green flag they come. Offer a little bit of a bobble there out of the gate. He's going to have problems out of the start. He gets sent to the wall and gets himself in a bit of trouble. He'll have to work back from that as they move them off the corners here. You can see now Joshua Godinez is right up there with Eric G. Gann, trying to make a maneuver off, trying to make some serious speed in between. Every driver for themselves here, no one giving an inch just yet. Davin Markham, though, is already hustling and bustling to the front. He's staying straight down in that bottom lane. That's where most drivers said you got to kind of play it out at. Of course, we're running on a fixed setup here today. Whoa, Crusader, oh my, hang on. Oh, he almost got sent to the shadow round for that one, but he manages to bring it back down and get it back on the track, but unfortunately a lot of time wasted as the 74. Joshua Godinez now up high side. He knows what's at stake. This is the last time these two were fighting against each other, though, for a championship. It was 2 seasons ago. They were dead heat side by side for that second place spot. The one that got ahead the furthest was going to be your winner that season. Godinez is in a bit of a pickle right now. He knows he's got to win to make sure he claims the victory and the championship. Looking to walk the outside, build the speed up around. Gann trying to catch him. No luck there. Meanwhile, in the back of the pack, Matthew Hoffert trying to stay in there as well, but Nick Kern, man, oh, he just can't catch a break tonight with his 410. Smacks the wall yet again. And a hungry Davin Markham is just weighing in weight to build more on him and catch him up. He knows he's got to start doing a little bit faster rather than later because he is currently falling back further and further here. Eric G. Gann, the only known iRacing RC controller driver on the roster, has literally been just dominant and wheeling it so many times out here. That was a former champion in his own right. Looking to see if maybe he can add another race win to his resume. It wouldn't be a championship, but another race win anytime is worth the price of admission. Back on board with that Lone Star Eagle boy himself, Ken Crawford here as he tries to keep the 12 on a straight pace, steady shot. Up into the binders, he gets it down the bottom. Nick Kern and him last time they were first and second to the finish this time there. Well, I would say 7th and 8th to the finish, or 6th and 7th, but thankfully for Ken, he's got Crusader Schreiber way back at the field here. I don't think he has to worry about anything there. On board here with the 5 Chantel Pottle, you're seeing that left front suspension getting put to good use here. As Markham just eyes in and hunts off anybody that sees moving. And actually, speaking of moving, looks like Gann's caught Godinez moving a little too much. Opened the door up on him and actually take back the spot here for the race lead. Again, these are the absolute fastest you can go when it comes to motors and it comes to power. If you can honestly have an argument with the 410 Super Late models, but I would say the biggest difference is it's a little bit lighter weight, a little bit more control to do many different things with sprint cars. It makes the biggest difference overall, and that is why it is so difficult to get anything going here and to get any kind of speed off when you don't have a run. You need drivers to make mistakes, make bobbles, and you can see that's exactly what Godinez is doing. That's what Markham is capitalizing on, starting to move the chains back into the top half. Still quite a few laps left to go here. It looks like it could go either way at the moment. Godinez going back to the bottom. Markham going up high side, back bottom line. Crossover, slider! Thrown from the bottom to the top to the 3 and 4. And Godinez still, oh, he's not done with him yet. Markham going to give him everything he's got here. Gann's loving every minute of this, though. He knows with these two fighting it out, he ain't got nothing to worry about behind him except when Markham just gets a run off. Oh my goodness, watch Markham just charge on the outside. Whoa, holy smokes, what the? We've got a caution out here, we got a caution, we got trouble. The 5 Chantel bottle upside down. I don't know what on earth I just witnessed other than just something real nasty just happened, but looks like the 5 gonna have some troubles getting out of that spot. Looks like the Crusader's actually trying to be nice and help her out, but ends up getting kind of caught stuck in a bad position here. We'll see what happened though to the 74 and the 483, because I think I need to check that again. Dude, that looked worse than literally a blown motor. That looked like something we all fear in iRacing. There was no contact made, so that leads me to believe that the 483 either found himself in an extremely bad netcode, or he found himself literally playing with the glitch graphic gremlins a little too much, and the motor just went straight up and right, and as he hit the gas, literally broke a shock down there. He is giving word to the He's just giving word to his crew right now that he feels like he might have broke something on that front end because of that little circumstance there. We don't know if that will come back to haunt him or if he'll have enough time to get this one fielded back in, but he knows one thing: time is running out. Well, drivers are double filed back up, waiting for the green flag command. Well, they're going to get it here, coming off of turn number 4. Eric G. Gann Godinez will go back ahead. McKern is going to be back in this hunt with Matthew Hoffert sneaking his way back into the field. Hoffert going to go down low. He's going to try to make him work off on the bottom end there with that 74 of Godinez. Godinez managing to keep him in play. We're down to only 14 laps left to go. Time's running out, and Eric G. Gann, Joshua Godinez are looking for everything they got. Look at Markham, though. Oh my, he snuck it to the bottom again. This time, though, no trouble as he hangs in there. Nick Kern now starting to fight back a little bit despite his troubles he had a little earlier on. He doesn't seem to be fazed by that anymore. He seems to only be focused on one thing, and that's trying to make this car work and make it stick to the end of its days. Matthew Hoffman, though, I gotta believe, not too thrilled seeing what he's seeing right now, and that is Godinez ahead of him, and Markham just going further and further to the front where he needs that race win. If he doesn't get it or get ahead of Godinez, this is all Joshua Godinez's championship run. His hopes are on the line. His championship is in stake. As some of the drivers right now try to keep their cars online, try to fight back as much as they can. There's not a whole lot of breathing room to really be making any more mistakes or really giving any more chances up. Eric Ansher knows this. Here comes Markham back on the outside. Diving in deep, trying to make her stick, trying to let her run. Gets it right back on the field section zone. The 51 of Eric Gann going back in between, into the middle. And Markham has to be blocked again. Gann somehow, some way, still able to keep him in check, keep him on line. But I will say this. These 410 sprint cars certainly can be a bit fun to watch when you consider just how hard it is for these drivers to hang these things online. The power is definitely there, the control is definitely there, and everything else in between is definitely there. Oh no, look out, here comes a slider from Gann. Beautifully done and executed, coming out of 4. Oh, but Markham was ready and wait. Holy smokes, he found another gear in that one. Oh my, he is just driving it topside, bottom shelf, hop shelf, anywhere she goes, find it where it is and just play it there. He does not care. He has got 5 laps to go, and one more race win to end out his season would definitely be a bit of a story-making spot for him, but unfortunately it's not the way he was hoping it would end up being for himself and his crew, that is for certain. Nick Kern right now going up high side. He'll have to do a hopper, going for a little bottom edge, bottom swing. You can see a little bit of a bent foiling bar down on the front end of those cars. Actually, I took that back up on all of them here, so there's no bent steering ratio or anything like that. I think that's just actually the bumper to the front of these things. I didn't even know these things had bumpers, much less any roll cages to them. But nevertheless, 1 lap remains. This has pretty much been Markham's season once again. He won't win the championship this season, But you know as well as anything, he sure gave it his all and gave it up a pretty good fight. But leading on the clutches of turn 3 and 4. One more victory, one last laugh. Markham wins it. But for Joshua Godinez, a dream comes true. He is Season 7's PTM Racing Dirt Series Season Champion. And quite frankly, maybe something that he's been looking forward to all season long and all this time was just thinking and praying, would he get there finally? Would he get another chance after his war he had with Eric G. Gann? The funny thing is, we've never once in PTM Racing Dirt Series ever had a double champion. No one has ever won it 2 times. Every single season, 7 straight different winners. And to be frankly and honest with you, that is astounding and crazy to say the least. But it's how it all played out, and it's how it all ended up being. And Joshua Godinez can showcase that 74 in the victory lane finally. And with the W here of his own. Well, let's take a look at our feature results now, presented up on your screen here. Well, we get the feature results come up here. There we go. There it is. Final results. Markham wins it. Second goes to Godinez. Third again. Fourth to Kern. Fifth to Hoffert. Sixth to Crawford. And seventh to Pottle. While eighth goes to Shriver. Rounding out your field. Race fans, what an honor and a pleasure to call these Dirt Series races. And what a time it has been. But now we focus our attention back down to the asphalt here. In a little while, we will see the Pro Series of RTC Racing League come onto the track and onto the stage. Eldora Speedway will see the Xfinity cars back in action, but for now, we will tune in later when the time comes. All of us here at PTM Race TV, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you again to Battle Metal Racing League and your Dirt Series collaboration. We will see you very soon. We thank you from the world's greatest dirt track, Eldora Speedway. So long, everybody. We'll see you next time.